Okay, so here we go. Now, I'm feeling like we're going to use a few colors in this that we haven't used yet in this series. So, bear with me while I kind of work some of that out. Ooh, wow, I just pulled the whole, the entire lid right out of that pencil. Did not see that coming. Let me sharpen that real quick. Okay, so I'm seeing some greens, and I like those greens. I'm seeing these greens here in this. This one's really intense, but I think it's gonna work. So I'm seeing some of the pinks and the purples and the whatevers. And I'm seriously, Sace, that was Thor crashing. What happened, buddy? If y'all hear the kitty cat, that's Thor in the studio today. Maybe he'll make an appearance. We'll see. If not, it's okay. I kind of feel like I might want to... I'm going to pull some of these blues. My pencils are kind of a hot mess right now, but it's okay. I will manage. This is the 30% cool gray. I sort of feel like that's probably a good overall color for the shark. Yeah, that's a good overall color. So I'm going to put a base color down on the entire shark of this 30% cool gray. And I'm just going to very loosely color him. I just need some color down on to cover up this white. I have found that with the sharks it works a lot better if you've got the white part of it covered. And this will be a nice neutral color that I can then blend all the other brighter colors into, because I don't want them to be so intense that they come right off the page. So this will help with that. Okay, here we are, here we are, here we are. And this is probably not the traditional way to do this, but it's how I'm gonna do it. So now I'm gonna take this sap green light and I'm gonna come down here and I'm gonna start putting some of this color in right in here. I'm just gonna make teeny tiny little baby circles here. The sap green light, yep, that's the color that I wanted. And we're gonna come in here. All of this under, this is reflective light for this shark. Gonna come up here just a little bit. Very, very softly making these little tiny, well, they're kind of actually large egg shapes while I'm coloring this. And I will eventually come back in and build up this color. And I'm seriously contemplating what colors I want represented here. So if I was coloring this for myself without filming it, I would turn my book so I could get a better angle, but I don't want to move this out of the frame. Chase hollers at me if I move this out of the frame. So okay, so this is like a shadowy area here. So that's highlight. So this is a shadowed area. This is more dark right here. This is more dark right here. This is more dark back here. This has a little bit of green. This is definitely a shadow. That's why I drew it on there. And I wish I wouldn't have, but I did. So here we are. I'm gonna add some of this green up into his dorsal fin too. Okay, then this is shadowed here. This is darker because this is gonna be direct shadow from his body onto his fin. This is obviously going to be darker right in here. All right. These are my main colors, I feel like, for this fish, or the shark, I'm sorry. So this is the bronze. Ooh, I don't know if I like this color or not in this. Let's see. Do I? I don't think that's the right color yet. So I'm gonna grab the beige sienna, and I'm gonna start up here on his rostrum and get some color laid down in here, some color right here, kind of pulling that in on the side of his face. This is the Bonnethead shark that we're working on right now. This is a little bit darker right here. And this is going to be a little bit darker here. And we're going to come back in with some grays and some blues. 70% cool gray right here. Right over the top of that. Just very, very lightly. Starting to add some glaze color to this shark. Very lightly. Here we go. I'm gonna start to round him out. And I know right here on this part of his body, there's going to be quite a bit of shadow. There's going to be quite a bit of shadow right here. And then there's going to be shadow behind his gill plate. That's Thor. Thor's about to make an appearance. Okay. Going to put some back here. Use this right here in the shadow. Gonna come lay that down. It's a lot darker right here too. So we're gonna get brave. We're gonna come back in with that sienna right over the top of that gray right there. Right over the top of that as well, right there.
Say hi to Thor. He's looking to make an appearance here. Yep. Say hi to Thor. We're just gonna give him his 15 seconds of fame here and let him say hi, because he's not gonna stop until he comes up and investigates the pencils. Look at his sweet baby face. Oh my gosh, look at that sweet baby face. That's Thor. He's my sweet baby. One of my 3 kitties. Yes.
And he's rotten. Okay, are you done? Are you done?
Oh, you're gonna give Mama kisses, you sweet baby. Okay. Onto your chair.
All right, y'all. You got to meet the cat. There you have it. Do you have animals? I love his face. He's a sweet little man. Okay, this is the clay rose. I'm gonna come in here and try to find an edge for the clay rose pencil. I see some clay rose back on this side of this baby, and then in a little bit in the, I definitely see some of it in this too, part of his face. You know, when you first get started working on these, they're kind of a hot mess, and then it just develops as you keep adding more and more layers of glaze. And so don't get discouraged, just keep working, just keep moving forward with it. I'm gonna put some of that clay rose right there, a little bit of clay rose here, definitely some clay rose in this shadow here. A little bit of clay rose back here. Forgot about that shadow. Was totally not even paying attention to that. So as he's coming into the light, it's going to be more yellows and reds in this part and more blues and greens back here. Keep that in mind as well. Always keep that in mind. Here we go. And we're gonna start to add some color. Ooh, that's really intense. Okay, there's that. Now we're gonna come in with this pale green. Go right over the top of all of that. Going back to this because I want a little more of the bluer green. This is more of yellow green. This is more of a bluish green. And again, this is all reflective light on this guy. So we're going to I dropped a pencil. And the problem is that I don't know which pencil it is. And I didn't see where it went. Oh, there it is. I heard it hit. Okay, so here we are. This is Blue Lake. We're gonna put some of the Blue Lake in here. Ooh, is that the color I want? I think it is. Right over the top here. A little bit of that Blue Lake. Putty. Oh yeah, that's a nice color. Okay. Yeah, I like that. I'm going to use the putty to start blending in the bonnet part of his head. And then we're going to come back in and we're going to add darker colors. We're just going to keep building it up until we get it where we like it. How's that looking? Terrible! That's how it's looking. It's looking terrible. It's okay. We're gonna get it. Gotta trust the process. I feel like I'm gonna switch gears real quick, grab some watercolor paint and some water, and kind of block in a little bit of the background color here. Hang on. Okay, so Thor came in, stepped in the paint, got it on the page. So we're going to come in and correct right now with some turquoise. You can use your colored pencils. You do not have to use the paint. For the sake of time, I'm going to use the paint to block in the background here. Literally just for the sake of time. So, and it's just going to be very abstract-y. I'm just going to fill in the lighter parts with this darker green because that's where he stepped on the page. Oh, it's such a pretty color. I really enjoy this color. Okay, what are we thinking about that? I really like that. I really, really like that. Let's see here. And then I'm wondering, Thor's my mischief maker. Okay. So what I'm going to do is okay, so here's what I figured out. I'm going to do the umber, which is just one of your browns, and I'm going to do the turquoise. I'm going to go right over that turquoise too in some of these areas because I just want this color in the background to enhance the shark and not take away from the shark. So I've got and I'm gonna put the watercolor down first. Now you don't have to do this with the watercolor. You can totally do this with your colored pencils and color your background however you want to. I find it easier to see the shark when my background color has been established and working on the white paper. Sometimes it's challenging for me. So, and since Thor got up here, the cat, and stuck his feet in my paint and then stood on the book, I had to make some adjustments to what I was going to do here based on the color that he stepped in. Oh, I'm going to like that. That's going to be really nice. Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. I like it.
See, that already is making the shark is going to stand out.
I like it. It's going to work. It's going to work. It's going to be great. And because this has some red in it, that green that I'm using kind of sets it down into the picture so it's not so intense and crazy looking. And I'll come in and color over some of this. I don't know. I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be good. I'm gonna very, very, very quickly come in and lay this in. I just need this straight in here. Here we go. Okay. Again, this is just base color. We're going to come back in and work over the top of this. So. Totally okay, no matter what it looks like right now. Do not panic. Oh, I kind of like it. Okay. It's going to be good. I just need this base color on here. And then we can get right back into the shark. Get this on, let it dry. For those of you working in just pencils, just get your colors in there. Play in this. Experiment. If you want your background to be pink and yellow, do it. See what it looks like. That's the only way you learn, is if you're free to create, and this gives you that freedom. I'm even letting some of that green, blue, turquoisey color, teal color get up into the shark. Oh yeah. Okay, there we go. We have background color engaged. Okay, so now I'm gonna put this away. We're gonna let that dry for a second. We're gonna come right back and we're gonna get into the colored pencil portion of this. Okay, so I'm gonna come over the top of this background here with some kelp green and some dark green and some olive green. I think those are the colors I'm gonna use. And possibly some of this moss green. Ooh, that's a pretty color. I'm also going to use some of these siennas. Again, you could have used your pencils all this time, no big deal. But I need this to be a lot darker than the shark, because the shark is going to be a light-bodied shark, higher value color. So these colors need to just start blending in seamlessly here. Oh yeah, that's nice. Okay, so using the brown over the top of that, or underneath this dark green, is definitely a good move. I like it. I like the way it's looking here. Oh, I like it. Okay. Yep, I'm digging this. Okay, I like it. It's coming, it's gonna work. It's gonna come together. All right, so I am going to color this super dark. And then we are going to get right into,
see how this is setting the shark apart? See how that's starting to make things work with the shark? And I haven't even really touched the shark. I'm working the background first.
so, and it's just gonna come alive. I'm gonna sharpen my pencil here. I'm also going to use some other greens. I'm not going to just use the same green. This one is the kelp green, and that kelp green is really pretty. But it would be too intense had I not put the brown down first. Okay. And then I wonder what'll happen if I come over some of this with, oh, look at that. Okay, right over the top of that with some of the aquamarine. Oh, that's really pretty. Ooh, wow, yes, please. Oh my goodness, okay. Because I know that there's gonna be this, I want this green reflection on the shark itself, right? So if he's gonna be in those green colors, I've got to put those colors in the background so that it looks like that the background is reflecting up on the shark. Okay, I like this a lot.
See how much better that looks already? Oh yeah, that's gonna be so good. I have to move this up. Chase is gonna holler at me for not having this moved up further. Okay. Yes, look at that right there. Ooh, that's so nice.
I'm happy with that. Okay, let's go back into the dark green. Kind of sharpen my pencil again. I don't typically use these colors, so this is quite exciting. I don't know if y'all know this, but we have several other books available too. You can check out the website, paintingpassports.com. We've got saltwater fish, we've got freshwater fish, we've got a dolphin book. That dolphin book is spectacular, and a portion of the proceeds of the sale of the dolphin books goes to the Protect Wild Dolphin Alliance. And so when you pick up one of those books, you are literally helping to save lives. I love that so much. Okay, look at that. We're just gonna streak that right through that, it's just like pretend kelp. I don't know, I feel like I want it to kind of resemble kelp, but not really 100% be kelp. And I know we're spending an awful lot of time on the background, but the background is important around the shark because it'll set the foundation for what we do with the shark. French gray, 90% French gray. I want to come in here with this just for a second and see if this is my color for this. I think it needs to be the cool gray. Ooh, espresso? Will espresso work? Oh. Well, that espresso might work right here. That might not be terrible. And the espresso might work over here on the side of the sweet baby's face. Espresso might work up here. I'm going to put the espresso down because that one will come into play here in a minute. This is one of the grays. Not sure which one because it's rubbed off. I think it's the 70% cool gray.
Okay, it's starting to come together. I'm liking this. Sorry I got quiet there for a minute.
I'm just trying to work out the background properly. I'm going to take this dark green and come in here a little bit with on this sienna part here. Then I'm going to come in here with the kelp green right on top of that. I really like this. I'm going to have the kelp green over here a little bit. Oh, then I'm going to bring that aquamarine right across there. There we go. Okay. All right, let's get back into the shark. And I've got a little bit of color down where I want it. Let's get back into the shark. I'm going to sharpen this pencil. This is that cool gray again, right over the top. So that one's like that. This one's going to be a little bit darker. So we're just going to come in here and fill this one in just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Same blue-gray here. We're just using different pressure points, different amounts of pressure applied to it to get it to do what it's doing here. And again, it still looks like a hot mess. It's still really streaky. It's okay though. I'm gonna show you how to recover this. And this is just part of the process. It's just the layers of glaze from the color. Just the layers of glaze. Here to his tail. I'm going to come back in with some of that green too. You're going to see here in just a second. All these colors are going to start to really come together here in just a second. look at that. Here we go. Same green color up here on top. Gonna start giving him some shape up here.
How's he looking? He's looking kind of cool. Still not there yet. Still not there, but
We're making progress. Okay, I'm gonna take the colorless blender and I'm gonna start blending some of this out just to see where we are with the colors. Gonna sharpen that. Okay, let's get into this. Let's get into this. And see how I'm using it to blend into the belly of the shark here? Pull that color right in there.
okay. Where are we at? Oh, wow. It's so cool.
Okay, let's keep going.
Okay, so a couple of things need to happen. We need to highlight some of the stuff and darken some of the stuff.
So we need to start building up the layers here. I'm gonna grab this Mediterranean blue and I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna start darkening some of these areas here. And then I'm going to come over the top of that with what I believe will be the, this needs to be really shadowed here. This is definitely shadowy. And then we're going to come right over the top of that with what I believe will be like a warm gray, out of the warm grays in the collection here. Coming over the top here. Just want to round this out just a touch, and I know it's a little blue right now, but we'll come back in here in just a second with an orangier tone that'll cancel some of that blue right on out, and it will be really nice when we're done. And see how we're not covering up all of this light green, we're letting a lot of that green show through. We're going to come up here, I'm going to add some more blue up here. This is such a beautiful animal. Such a beautiful animal. Okay. Okay, I'm going to come in with this pale green. Look at that. Look at that blend right into that. That's so beautiful. I'm going to do the same thing up here. Do a little bit here, and a little bit here, and a little bit here, a little bit here. Little here and here and here. And that right there is going to get highlighted. I want this to be whiter. And I want this to be lighter. So I'm going to come in with my white pencil right over the top. And see how that's starting to pop all those things out? This is why it's so important that we get that background super dark so that you can see the highlights that we're painstakingly putting in here. And I'll come back in with the paint pens and highlight these even further. Okay. Okay. Let's get that dorsal fin with the white a little bit more. We're going to darken up the background a little bit more. We're going to definitely have a highlight here. And go over all of this here. And this like so. This like so. And this is definitely going to be lighter. Yeah, I messed that up with the light there. Look how creamy this is blending though. We'll come back in and we'll highlight that. We'll add a little more shadow and then we'll highlight it. I'm gonna add the shadow right now. Okay, there's that. Let's move back into the background here. Olive green. Dark green. I'm gonna actually color against the grain here a little bit. Kelp green, where are you at? Kelp green, here's your kelp green. There we go. Take that gray right over the top of this, set that down further. Then we're going to get in here with that aquamarine color. So it's looking like the water. So look at that. It almost looks like the sun is shining through that. And so we're doing that on a diagonal to create the illusion of the sun. Gonna come in right here and color this in, and this is with the olive green. I need all of this area around this beautiful shark to be colored darker so that he stands out. See what's happening? Look at that. It's really popping. I like it. I like it a lot. It's working. This is the first time I've ever colored a bonnethead shark. So, you know, I'm out of my element here. Gonna come back in and make that all darker, obviously. I come over here and color this too, because we want all of this. Because in order for this tail to look like it's highlighted, that background's got to be dark. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. Okay, so how do I get...
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my goodness. It's working.
Oh, look, he's, oh yeah. So we got to get this darker. This has got to get darker. All of this getting darker makes the shark stand up more. And then we'll come back in and we'll add a little bit of gouache to the shark and start to add some highlights and a little bit of darker colors. And it's just going to be beautiful. Okay, I'm just gonna work on the background here, and so I'm using just all of my greens, and you see I'm pushing super hard. I'm just trying to cover up all of these, all of the marks. This is the most green I think I've ever put into a picture. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Look at this. Okay. So that's good. Ooh. That's good. This aquamarine, though, is what is responsible for making it look like the light is shining through. It's a very exciting discovery for me. Look at that. Okay. All right. There we go. Oh, okay. Now let's work on the shark a little bit more. Okay, I've got a color here called green ochre, and I'm gonna start coming in here and adding some of this color on his face. And right here, underneath this part of his head, add a little bit of it up in here, and I'm going to add a little bit of it over here. It's a beautiful color. It's a beautiful color. It's going to be a little bit of reflective light over here. I also feel like it's here on the dorsal fin, but it also needs some of the clay rose. Just lightly going over everything that I've already done over here on this dorsal fin. And this has got to get darker. This definitely has got to go darker. Not black dark, but like dark gray dark, super dark. Yeah, like that. Put a little bit of shadow right here. A little bit of shadow right there. Just a touch, just a touch. I really want to see enhance the features on his face. Definitely want to add a little bit of a shadow right here where his body kind of curves up. Definitely gonna add some more shadow back here. Definitely gonna add some more shadow back here. Okay. Definitely got a highlight right here. I'm using this 10%, no, 20%, no, 10% warm gray. And I'm just coming in and I'm blending out all of the areas again. And then we're definitely going to come in with the Okay. Where's my paint pen? Here's my paint pen. Here we go. So let's come in with the paint pen here. Ooh, we're gonna put a little highlight love here. We're going to put a little highlight love right there. We definitely have highlight here on this sweet baby's back. And sometimes, you know, it's hard to get it right with the colored pencils, and it's just easier to come in with your highlight marker and add the light that you know is supposed to be there. So I'm gonna add some little reflection lights here. Definitely has light here on his fin. Definitely has light here on his fin. Look at that. That's starting to come together. This has got a little indent in it here. We're going to have highlight back here. got some highlight back here. We've got highlight here. We've definitely got highlight on both sides of this here. Okay. Oh yeah, we've got definitely have highlight right here. And I'm just painting it with the pen and then I'm touching it with my finger. And look how lovely that's turning out. I mean, it really is truly looking highlighted against that darker background. That's the key to this painting, is that darker background. There's a little reflective light there that we might come over and just smooth out a little bit. Oh my goodness, this shark is beautiful. Wow, look at all the colors in this shark. That's the whole thing. You think that they're just gray, and they're not. They're every color of the rainbow, just like everything else. It's so much fun to explore this. These photos for me are so much fun. I just want to highlight some of these colors over here, some of these patterns on his back. Definitely got a little bit of a highlighty color there. It's more illustration-y than I usually do, but man, I like it.
Okay, look at that. Look at that. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. I love it so much. Okay.
Is it perfect? No, it's not. It's just a little wanky right here. I'm gonna come in and you know, try to kind of fix that. I smudged some of the paint a little too much, but you know, it's okay. It's okay. See, there should be some. Oh my goodness. I do like that. Okay, so we're gonna let this dry, and then we're gonna come back and add a little more stuff around the perimeter there, and then we're gonna call it good. Okay, so I'm coming back in here. This is all dry now. I like the shark, but I want the background's got to go darker. So I'm grabbing the indigo blue, and it's gonna be challenging. Oh, I just broke my pencil. You know what? I may just do a color wash. Let me see if I can. Where's my paint? Where's my watercolor guide here? Oh my gosh. Payne's gray. When in doubt, use copious amounts of Payne's Gray. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I really want this darker. I really want it darker. It's gotta go darker. It's gotta go darker. So I'm gonna try this first. If this doesn't work, then, oh, yep, okay. Payne's Gray. Because my problem is that I either need the I either need the shark to be darker or I need the background to be darker. And I don't want the shark, I don't think the shark works darker. So we're gonna do a wash of color over the top, right over the top of this, and then see where we're at. You can do this with your colored pencils as well. For the sake of time, I am attempting to just do it like this. So I'm mixing some indigo watercolor paint with some Payne's Gray watercolor paint. So you can still see the green through there. See that? That's so much better. This has to be darker. This all has to be darker. So I'm not killing everything that I've done. I'm just putting a glaze over it so that the shark pops more, because what do you want to see first, the background or the shark? I want to see the shark first. Try to be careful not to get this color in my shark. It's not so bad, is it? How is that? Ooh, I think that's better. I think that's better. I'm gonna add a little bit of it here. I'm gonna add a little bit of it here, a little bit of it here. I'm just got a dirty brush is all, and I'm just coming in with said dirty brush, and I'm just darkening up some of these areas that I think probably should be a little bit darker. I always get nervous with the shadows. I'm never quite 100% comfortable adding the darker color here because it's so hard to come back from it. bad though. How's that? Well, let's pick a different color. That one's not going to show up. Maybe this one will show up. Nope, that one's not going to show up either, so we're just going to scribble on that.
Okay, can't even sign it.
We're just having trouble here. There we go. Gonna touch it so it's not so bad. There we go. Now, we're gonna give it a rest and see what we think. I like it though. I like it. I think it's kind of cool.
Looks like a shark.
I still feel like I want to add a little more shadow back here on his tail though. Okay, there it is. Will we revisit it? Maybe, I don't know, but I'm thinking that
At this point, I feel like it's good. So let's get into let's give it a second and we'll come right back. Okay, here it is, the Bonnethead shark. It's, you know, it is what it is. It's not perfect, but I do like the movement in the background. I do like the dark color against the shark. I might come in with some washes. If I did it again, I would come in with some blue washes and over the top of this, just a little bit more, I think maybe. But for right now, I think we gotta leave it where it is and just kind of sit on it for a little bit and then come back and see what we think. So that's it for the Bonnethead shark. Thanks for joining us in the studio. I'll catch you on the next page.